So I thought maybe we begin today with looking at current situation. And the current situation, see, knowledge protects. Got to understand that. Knowledge protects, right? Why knowledge protects is one, it keeps you safe from the shock. Very important. Safe from the shock. And secondly, it gives you time to prepare. So if you look at any of our past content, you will find that there is something there that's telling us that look, there is a social contract about to go. It's going to go. And once it goes, those who are interested in harvesting humanity, and I look at it very much like that, I always said that humanity per se at the moment is pretty blind. It doesn't see what's being done to it. So it's being harvested by another group, whether you call them whatever you want to call them, it makes no difference, right? At this stage, all you need to know is just like we harvest chickens and sheep and other things, humanity is harvested. And humanity is harvested not for humanity, because one, humanity is self-generating, right? So you don't need to buy many resources. You just need to keep them alive, bare minimum, and keep them alive. The second thing is, just like as you condition a dog to behave in a particular way, you condition the humanity to behave in a particular way. So you will find that's the way it's being done. And therefore, it's very easy to start creating once you know the formula. And the formula is this: emotional overload, number one. Once you're emotionally overloaded, you need to take it out somewhere. The second thing is just to push them, just to nudge them in the right direction, the direction you want. So you will find the very media that for the past 20 years has been fueling all of this, all of a sudden today represents something totally different. Like, oh, we've never done this. All the politicians, including the minority ones, who were so against other human beings, added to the rhetoric. Where are they? So you begin to notice that there are those that manage the situation. And either you get pulled into it, and there are two ways to get involved in it. One is to fight it, and the other one is to join either. But there's a third way. The third way is to become aware of yourself. So, stage one, emotional overload. So, what happened with those all those young girls, emotional overload in like a shock. Everyone just emotional intensity went over beyond anything they've known. Next thing was to channel it somewhere. So what do? You demonize something. Call it for fake information, call it over. And all that happens is the train runs that way. That emotional overload has to be taken out, has to be expended. You, I, all of us are in the same soup because you're not allowed to think anything else. All the media is all towards feeding and your emotional overloading. You will see are not the celebrations. What happened? See, now, the other beautiful thing about this is that we need to have hope in hopelessness. And the hope is this. So you have all this violence going on a few days ago, and yesterday you got the other side coming out. Saying, hold on, we ain't having this. Humanity. So as this criminality rises, humanity will also rise. And I've said this for the time I've started this. Love ain't going to bring humanity together. It's suffering. It's pain. But unless you get to the point of realizing what's being done to you, you ain't going to change. You're just going to just not going to do it. So we are in this space now. It's happening. Are we there yet? Yes, we're there. And what we see around us at the moment is being influenced. So one is the emotional energy that you put in there. The other is that you've got to understand that since so the so how do I give you a model? So I give you a model. Okay, so let's just assume that there's a model of astronomy, right? Meaning the world and everything in it. And in this model, the Earth is in the solar system, and the solar system represented like a plate. Okay, so there's loads of plates, loads of solar system, loads of plates, and these plates go up and down. Okay, because everything is a wave. Okay, up and down. Since May the 9th or something, the bit that we're in, has come up. This is known as the age of transition from Kal Yuga to Treta.
But we can't be at the end of culture here.
No, no, this is a start. No, this is moving out of it. It's moving out of it. This moment is moving out of it. So in this transition, 75 years. We really want to get into it, right? First 25 years is what we've been through. Right? What we've been through over the last 25 years, you just check it out. It was a transition going outwards, but it had to get to a point. We're still there, so another little bit more time. We're moving out of it. So now you're noticing where the hate, the other side is coming out, being expressed, has to be done. So it's a new way of thinking, a new way of living.
So that means it can get worse before it gets better.
It's going to become, yeah, because they're all um, pushing and pulling for your awareness, for your attention. So what's the way out? What's the solution? Right? Two things. One, calm. Become, develop your capacity to become calm. Recognize when you're not calm. Because if you can't do that, you're going to be moved around. And the second thing is stability. And the only way you're going to feel stable is when you get out of the mental content and you become still at some level.
Can I say something about that? So you talk about calm, cultivating that calm as part of this navigation process. What I realised, there has to be periods to obtain that calmness where you've got to take yourself out completely. There has to be that period.
That's
where
what
you
I
literally move away from your
that
everyday situations, may it be work, may it be whatever, but you literally have to step out.
out of that energy.
You've got
Yeah.
to step out of the energy.
Is that actually physically removing yourself from this
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise you get consumed in it.
You get
We do. I had to change my whole work
Yeah.
because I was so like I worked for crime, exploitation, trafficking, children's services. I had to remove myself out because my susceptibility to energy and the emotion was manifesting in physical form.
Form. Yeah.
And it made me so I had whooping cough.
Gosh.
Like I was wiped out and I thought, and because I'm so aware, I was like, enough.
Yeah.
Enough. I had to step right back out.
It's that self-awareness, right? So when I talk about calm, calm is, look, if this environment is making me unwell, to go out. But you will only know calm if you cultivate it. And that's where your practice is. Every day, sit every day, cultivate just being present. Being present leads to calmness. Slowly. It's okay, don't need to rush, don't need to panic. In that calmness, recognizing it, you will then recognize when you are emotionally unregulated. You realize, you know what, I need to get myself out of this place. That intelligence has to come through. Emotional wisdom, knowing what's going on, emotional intelligence, knowing what's going on, what emotion, what you're feeling, your emotional space is telling you. You're feeling disoriented. It's telling you, hey, let's find orientation. right? How are we going to do that? We're going to get ourselves from the space that's created this. So it could be watching the news, could be listening to family, people who have, anyone who's lived in a hostile environment. And I think any minority community knows this. This is a very familiar space, a very familiar space, and it's not uncommon. Now, maybe not so much for the second or third generation, but certainly first generation. So it's a familiar place, and there is always this sense of danger. Have to find calm, have to find your peace. Otherwise, it consumes you. And in that peace will come trust. In that peace will come grounding. So do things that ground you. Walk barefoot on the grass. Come and do some qigong. Come and do some yoga. Ground yourself. Look at your quality of life, not your psychodramas. And that's for all of us. So this sense of peace, tranquility, calmness, one step, so you don't get emotionally overloaded. And two, stability. Ground yourself, right? Body scan, if nothing else, just body scans enough. But ground yourself. Even every time we do meditation, we become aware of ourselves, we ground ourselves. So if we take these little precautions, one, we will navigate the dramas. You can't change them. Stupidity is one of these things. It has to be expressed to be seen, right? Yeah. How does consciousness evolve? You've got to see that which holds it down. So it's just the normal organic space of unfolding. But you've got to get yourself practices. Balance yourself, regulate yourself. You are your master, no one else. Improve the quality of life, exactly as you said. Realize this ain't for me. I'm not having this. I've got to do something. And if you don't know what to do, go and find out from someone. So it's those practical steps. Because this nonsense it's waves. It's just going to come every time. So going back to that model of the solar system, we think we are now in kind of, this bit's gone up a bit since a couple of months ago. So we are being exposed to, like, call it radiation, whatever you want to call it, but stuff that's cosmic, which is making people local, making people a little bit unstable, like really unstable. So it isn't just about you're feeling this. There is a lot more going around you. And this is going to become, I'm just saying it as it is, and there's a timestamp to it as well, that this will become, unless we get some proper spaces, sorting out for ourselves, this will become unbearable at times. We think, you know what, I can't deal with this. And there's nothing happening. It's just the space we're in. So practice for yourself independent. Make sure you're able to ground yourself. Make sure you have awareness. What does that mean? That means self-aware of your own emotional space. And all you've got to look in the emotional space is very simple. Do I feel settled or do I feel unsettled? That's it. If I feel unsettled, I need to find out, what is it telling me? Your unsettledness is always telling you something. Yeah? I feel anxious. Why are you feeling anxious? Oh, because I haven't applied for a job, or because I haven't got my MOT, whatever it is. Look at it as a feedback mechanism. Don't try and look at it as, oh my God, what's wrong? No. Feedback mechanism, is it trying to tell you something? Listen to it. If it isn't, then we deal with it. But these space that we're in, what I want to say is basically it's an organic unfolding of chaos.
Can I also say, though, it also is to refrain from overstimulating your mental state at this time, meaning listening to music, a particular music, or going for singing roll stuff. Refrain from that at this time. Don't overstimulate, it is already
So I
stimulated.
shouldn't have gone through just one complex.
That will have added. That will have added
Yes.
because it's emotional overload. Genuinely, it's emotional overload. And we can have emotional overload in different ways. It could be good things or bad things, right? You know, the tragedies that we are seeing. Yeah. On the other side, it could be because when you are in a crowd, that emotional energy, you're not in charge. You are not in charge. And this stuff works at kind of frequency levels, right? It changes things in us. And also sound paths. Be careful with them. Why? They can really like create a level of dysfunction or not synchronize within yourself.
What's the sound?
It's when they use different types
So-
of gong. They use a variation of gongs and different size singing bowls. With a sound bath, there should only be one constant
Sound.
sound. But what they do with sound baths, they bring in lots of different types of levels of
Yeah.
tuning, which can really
So, yeah.
mess
So
with
today's takeaway is emotional overload. Whatever it is, just check yourself out, right? Where am I? And then regulate that wisdom. How do you transform that? That's it. You don't need to get rid of these emotions. You need to transform them. That's all there is to it. Okay, so let's put it in practice, shall we? See if we can get there. Okay, so two things: calm and um, um, stability. So normally we use, I don't give an explanation necessarily on how we're going to start, but we're going to start with a very deliberate way of switching off different senses, right? So I do it generally, but I'm going to tell you that's the way you're going to do it. Why you're going to do it is because when you want to cultivate your calmness, you're going to shut the world out, everything out. So we're going to do it deliberately, right? So you begin with your back straight and upright. You pull your shoulders back. You pull your chin in slightly. Your eyes are closed. Your mouth is closed, unless you can't breathe in through your nose. And what you want to do at this stage is just simply become aware of yourself. No judgment, no commentary. Just sense yourself. And now you're going to gently scan your body from the top all the way down and just see if there's anything in the body that draws your focus, like a pain, a tightness, an itch. And if you find something that draws your focus, you're going to notice where it is, but make sure there's no judgment and there's no commentary. Okay. So first we bring our focus towards our eyes. And we begin to notice what's in the field of our vision, so to speak. What is it that you have awareness of? So you become aware that awareness itself can be directed. So at the moment, it's directed towards your visual field. All we're doing is just observation. No commentary, no thoughts. On your next breath in, you're going to take your focus now to the sounds around you and begin to listen. Moving from the visual to the auditory. And all we're doing is just listening as intently as we can. From the auditory, we move our focus now beneath our nose. And as the breath comes in, notice if there's an aroma. Notice as you focus on the aroma, you're not necessarily listening. And then we move from the sense of smell to the sense of taste, bringing your focus to your mouth. And see if you can discern a taste within the mouth itself. And if there's no taste, that too is a taste of no taste. And then we're going to bring our focus now above our head. Imagine a hula hoop. And as this hoop comes down, it begins to scan your body for sensations. Moving from taste to sensations. As this hoop descends down, we sense our body. Next breath in, bring your focus to your whole self as best as you can. Having withdrawn from all, we are now present to ourselves. Now bringing your focus gently to the seat you're on. Notice the sensations where your body makes contact. Becoming aware of what's going on with the body itself. And then you gently bring your focus upwards so you become aware of your hips. And then allow this awareness to move down your thighs, from your knees down towards your ankles, making sure you scan the back of your legs as well as the front. From your feet, bring your focus now to the soles of your feet. And you're going to hold your focus there for a short while. Next breath in, bring your focus back to your seat. And notice that the back is straight. And again, we're going to shift our focus now from our lower back, moving up to the middle back, scanning all the way up. Looking for sensations. And then from the middle back to your shoulder blades. And then gently getting to your shoulders. Once you have focus on your shoulders, see if you can soften them. Allow yourself to unburden. And then gently move your focus from your shoulders to your elbows. Moving down to your wrists. And then holding your focus on the palms of your hands. moving your focus gently to your fingers. And then gently bring your focus towards your eyes. Recognizing awareness for what it is. Unchanging, still, and always at peace. As you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften, gently moving your focus now towards your lips. Scanning the upper lip, scanning the lower lip, and then gently moving your focus within your mouth. Notice the sensations. On the roof of your mouth, on the inside cheeks, notice your tongue, allow it to soften, allow your jaw to soften. And then as you breathe out, you allow your face to soften. Next breath in, once again, become aware of yourself as best as you can. Notice your experience right now. Gently move your focus now to beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Allow the breath to breathe by itself. And all you're doing is simply watching the in-breath as it comes in, out-breath as it goes out. If you find you've been distracted by a thought or my voice or a sound, notice the distraction, come back to your breath. Learning deliberately to come back to your breath when you get distracted by the noise around you. On your next breath in, bringing your focus to your inner space. Your mental space and how you're feeling. Is there something dominant within the mind that distracts you? Or are you able to focus? Gently bring your focus to your chest. Begin to watch the movement of your chest synchronized with your breath. Your focus is simply on your chest. Notice there are sensations that accompany the movement. So if the breath goes in, sensations around your ribs may change. See if you can notice that. Sensations a bit deeper into yourself. And now gently moving your focus a bit deeper into yourself, right at your very heart center. And as you hold your focus there, waiting to notice how you're actually feeling right now. Do you feel unsafe or do you feel safe within yourself? Just within yourself, in the moment of now. And on your next breath out, gently opening your awareness to all the sounds around you. Listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose. And once again, we begin to watch the breath. Stay with your breath. Stay with your breath. Begin to follow your out breath all the way till the end. See if you can notice when it finishes. Notice how you're breathing now. How does the breath feel? Does it feel long? Does it feel short? Stay with your breath. Does the breath feel fast or does it flow slow? If it's fast, no need to make it slow. If it's slow, no need to make it fast. Things are the way they are. Simply being present. Does your breath feel smooth? Does it feel rough? And now to move a bit deeper into this moment, as best as you can, bring your focus to the sound of your breath. And now, once again, you're going to open your awareness to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your breath. Listening, acting like a magnet to sound, allowing the sound to come to you. Bringing your focus beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Notice what is present in your experience and notice what is absent. Do you feel peaceful or do you feel agitated? Do you feel grounded or do you feel unsettled? Acknowledging the experience that we're having. Next breath out, gently expand your awareness to include your whole body once again. And again, we just do a quick body scan to notice if there's any discomfort in the body. And now gently bring your focus back to the chair that you're on. Notice the sensations. From your sensations, move up to your hips. And once again, we're going to move our focus down our thighs towards our knees. Gently bringing our focus back into the body itself. From our knees to our ankles. Feet. And then the soles of your feet. Notice your back is still straight and upright. Shoulders, arms, hands comfortable. Your eyes are closed, your mouth is closed, and your face is relaxed. Bringing your focus back to your breath. Breath comes in, you can sense your body. Breath goes out, you can sense your body. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I feel calm. Breathing in, I feel stable. Breathing out, I feel stable. Acknowledging your experience as best as you can. Not make believe. Breathing in at peace, breathing out at peace. When you hear the next breath, and gently opening your eyes, bring it back with you. Take your time.